Hello and welcome to Rise of Tron Idiotics. I am sorry for being away for so long. In this video, I will be talking about what I like in Star Wars Episode 5, The Empire Strikes Back, which, believe it or not, is the only movie that was a sequel to an original movie to ever be considered better than the original movie itself. One of the things I like is the opening crawl, basically explaining what's been going on since, the previous movie. And there's, the Empire sending out probe droids to try to find the Rebel base, which I'm going to consider as Rebel Base 2.0 because it's on a different planet. And also the fact that Luke has abilities that he didn't have in the previous movie, showing a kind of growth for his character. Yeah, when I said I liked Rebel Base 2.0, I mean, I like the planet Hoth by itself because it's literally a desolate place. You would never expect anybody to actually be there. Alright. Yeah, there's also an interesting thing going on between Han and Leia, a bit of a romance, sort of love-hate, but in reality love relationship between Han and Leia, which I think is pretty nice. In fact, the relationship and the scenes between Han and Leia are so well done and done with phrases that you could actually believe that they're in a relationship. Anyways, there's also Darth Vader wanting to hunt down the Millennium Falcon, even hiring bounty hunters like Boss, IG-88, Dengar, and even Boba Fett to hunt down the Falcon. Anyways, when the Falcon gets to Bespin, in Cloud City and all that, to meet Lando, Han's friend, I wouldn't exactly classify him as a friend. They meet, and Lando is a scoundrel as well. And, shows the fact that, Han and Lando don't exactly trust each other, which is kind of good. Because if they actually did trust each other, we wouldn't get the kind of character dynamics between Leia and Lando that we get later on in the movie when Lando decides to actually try to help them. And the deal between Lando and Darth Vader changing proves that Vader, and Lando don't exactly have a good relationship either. And also, there's the relationship between Yoda and Luke on Dagobah as well. Where Luke never even met Yoda before, doesn't even recognize Yoda as being Yoda, and Yoda literally being not kind of a grade A dick, not telling Luke who he is immediately until they're in his home. I don't know, kind of being a little too obscure, but eventually Luke does grow to trust Yoda. Trusts him with learning things, even learns, even promises to come back to finish his training with Yoda when, once he somehow finds a way to get out of the situation and rescue, Leia and his friends at Bespin and Cloud City, because all sorts of stuff. And of course, I'd be remiss if I didn't say that I liked the Snowtroopers and the Executor class Super Star Destroyer known as the Executor. I like the Snowtroopers because, one, it gave us a different look for the Stormtroopers that the Empire has. Makes them look better, and they also didn't have these Stormtroopers missing every single thing that they hit or fired. And it made the Empire's troopers look somewhat competent. Now, the Executor, let me put it this way. When, we all think that Star Destroyers are big, but, when we first see the Executor, we all start shitting bricks. When we first see the thing creating a shadow over all these Imperial Star Destroyers because of how big it is. I mean, this thing is massive. I mean, it's practically a super city in space. That's also a super fortress as well. You can't, I mean, the Empire basically made the Executor be impossible to capture and or attack by a small force or a large force, or heck, by any force of rebels. And, once the Executor, the Executor was huge and all that good stuff. And, with all of these things combined, literally made this story an amazing story. It even showed that, Luke still had more to learn, that the Empire still had a lot more toys up its sleeve, and also showed that the rebels weren't always going to be winning all their battles and everything. It showed weakness. And anybody who says that weakness is a bad thing when it comes to, having heroes, I'm like, seriously? That's the one thing that makes a superhero, any kind of hero, whether they're super or normal heroes, that's the one thing that makes them relatable to Joe Schmoes like myself. They gotta have weaknesses, which these characters do. Anyway, this is what I like about Star Wars Episode 5, The Empire Strikes Back. If you want to, leave a like, subscribe, whatever, fine. If you want to leave a dislike, that's also fine, doesn't matter to me. Leave a comment if you want to, But, just have fun out there and stay safe, people. Talk to you next time.